Hi all, welcome to Tech Forum. In this video, let us see how to configure alerts for MongoDB Atlas and configure webhook to receive the alerts to our external applications. For each organization and project, you can select which conditions trigger alerts and how users are notified. When you configure an alert, you select how notifications are sent. You can select multiple notification methods such as email, text message, or team collaboration tools. The alerts can be configured in organizational level or project level. Let me show that. Yeah, if you go into a particular organization, you select the organization. Yeah, so if you go into alerts, you can add alert. Here you can select a target user or billing. So then you can select the corresponding condition. So user related condition, or if you select billing, then billing related conditions. Then like you can, let me select one of the condition. Then click on next. Here you can select what is the notification method. So you can select organization. It means like what roles, like the user associated to these roles will be notified either via SMS or email. Then again same case with user. You can select which user you should be like notified. Then email address you can provide, then mobile number, also Slack. So right now the Slack is not the OAuth integration is not enabled, so otherwise you can select the Slack. Then Flowdog and Datadog. So once you select the notification method, you can click on create. So the other thing is project level. Let me go into the project level. Yeah, here you can go into again project, then alerts. Here alert settings. Here you have some default alerts already defined. So then you can define new alert. So here you can select the target host. Then host type is there, then condition or metric is there, then host is down, and multiple options are there. Then again you can select user. User joined the project, user left the project, user had their role change. Like that you can select other options also, project related and billing, encryption key, and all those things. Once that is done, then you can select the notification method. Here the multiple notification methods are there. One is this Atlas organization. It's all same like what we seen in the organization level. Then like Slack, then PagerDuty, some additional methods are there. Okay, now let's see like how to configure webhooks to receive the project level alerts to external application. Sometimes you may have these scenarios to receive the alerts to the external application. Whatever the method we have seen, it's either it will send it to email or SMS or some collaboration tools. But some cases we may need to receive this to our external application through webhook. So let us see that how to configure it. Yeah, for that as a first step, you yeah, right now like if you seen that options, there is no webhook options. So that is the reason is like we are not enabled any webhook. That is the reason. So let us go and do that first. Go into integrations. Now here if you see, these all collaboration tools and other monitoring tools, Neuralink, Slack, Sumo Logic. So any tools you can configure. So last one is, this one is webhook settings. So you can click on configure. So we need to provide the webhook URL here. So if required, you can provide the secret also. It is anyhow optional. So for that, what I did is I created a kind of servlet. You can create any service. So but that service should be supporting the post method, because MongoDB Atlas posts the alert message to the webhooks. Um, uh, this would be like the whatever the webhooks you are creating, that should be supporting the post method. So even you can have any REST client or whatever, but it should be supporting the post method. So here it's a very simple servlet. Here I have a do post, then like anyway it's in turn calling the do get, but this is the important method. Now here I am just reading the request dot get input stream, the body request body, and just printing it. So then yeah, I will be configuring this servlet path to the webhook configuration in Atlas. So let me maybe copy this. This is my this is not, I need to give different. This should be accessible from external so location. So let me give you the actual value now. Okay, let me see whether it's accessible. Yeah, it's accessible. Let me copy this, go into the Atlas, then just give this. Okay, I'm activating now. Yeah, this is done. Now go back to alerts again. Yeah, go into alert settings. Yeah, now click on new alert. I am going to select the target as user. User had their role change. Whenever the user role is changed in the project level, so this webhook will be triggered. Now there is a default notification method. It's an email, so I am going to delete that. I don't want that. I am just adding this. So if you see here, now there is a new method, webhook. Yeah, you can select that webhook. Yeah, it's already we already defined the webhook. It is taken that. Just click on save. Yeah, now the alert is ready. Now what we will do is, let us go into the user permission. For that, go into access management. I'm going to edit this permissions. So maybe this user have something like I'm adding some additional permission. You just save this. If you go into your server log, yeah, now I am seeing this. I received this event data here, the alert data. So let me copy this. It will have what is the alert type and all those details it will be. Yeah, so it will have all this what is the status, informational, then like organization name, what is the event type, user role changed audit. So like that you can configure whatever the type trigger type and the notification channel. So you can configure any collaboration tool or webhook or even SMS or email. Thanks all for watching the video. See you in the next video.